Alright, let's play a game. Try to watch these 10 anime without laughing out loud. I bet you can't make it past the first episode without cracking up. These shows are so funny, they should come with a warning label. May cause uncontrollable laughter and sore stomach muscles. But seriously, guys, get ready for some of the funniest anime ever made. We're talking about shows that'll have you rolling on the floor, gasping for air between giggles. From deadpan humor to over-the-top gags, these anime know how to bring the laughs. I've picked out 10 shows that are guaranteed to make you laugh for real. Not just a little chuckle or a nose puff, but full-on can't-stop laughing moments. Trust me, you're going to want to check these out. So, are you ready for the challenge? Let's see if you can keep a straight face through these hilarious anime.
Happy birthday to you.
Alright, let's kick things off with a show that'll make you laugh so hard, you might just pull a muscle. Ever wondered what happens when a tough-as-nails Yakuza boss trades in his life of crime for a life of chores? Well, The Way of the House Husband has got you covered. This anime takes the whole fish-out-of-water concept and cranks it up to 11. Picture this, a dude who used to strike fear into the hearts of gangsters, now struggling to master the art of folding laundry. It's like watching a bull in a china shop, except the bull is trying really hard not to break anything. There's this one scene where our ex-Yakuza hero faces his toughest challenge yet, battling a stubborn stain on a shirt. Spoiler alert, the stain wins and you'll be in stitches watching him lose it. Alright, get ready for some serious laughs with our next anime. Ever wonder what happens when you drop a hardcore military guy into a normal high school? Well, that's exactly what Full Metal Panic does. And it's hilarious. This show takes Susuke Sagara, a super intense military specialist, and puts him in charge of protecting a regular high school girl. Can you imagine how that goes down? Susuke's always on high alert, treating every little thing like a potential threat. It's like watching a fish try to climb a tree. Totally ridiculous, but so funny. The best part? When he takes a simple school project and turns it into a full-blown military operation. Talk about overkill. This show is a perfect mix of action and comedy, with Susuke's military mindset crashing into everyday high school life. It's guaranteed to have you laughing out loud. Alright, let's keep the laughter going with our next anime. What happens when you mix Harry Potter with One Punch Man? You get Mashley, a show that'll have you cracking up at every turn. Picture this, a world full of wizards, but our main guy can't use magic at all. So what does he do? He solves everything with his muscles. It's like watching a bodybuilder trying to fit in at Hogwarts. The best part? When Mash, our beefy hero, faces off against some fancy wizard. While they're waving their wands around, he's just flexing his biceps. And somehow it works. The show's all about turning magic on its head. You'll be laughing so hard, you might even forget how to cast a spell yourself.
Alright, let's kick things off with a real comedy heavyweight, Konosuba. This show takes everything you think you know about isekai anime and turns it on its head. Instead of some overpowered hero, we get Kazuma, a guy who's about as far from heroic as you can get. And his party? Talk about a mess. You've got Aqua, a goddess who's basically useless, Megumin, who's obsessed with explosions but can only cast one spell, and Darkness, a knight who's more into getting beat up than actually fighting. These guys are a disaster waiting to happen, and it's hilarious. One of the funniest moments? When Kazuma tries to act all cool negotiating with some bandits, but his team just can't help messing it up. It's pure comedy gold, guys. Now, let's talk about an anime that takes normal life and cranks the comedy up to 11. Ever thought your boring school days could be hilarious? Well, Nichijou is here to prove you wrong. This show finds the funny in everyday stuff, making you laugh at things you never thought could be funny. It's like they took normal life and put it on comedy steroids. Nichijou doesn't just make you chuckle, it makes you laugh out loud with its crazy exaggeration. One minute everything's normal, the next it's totally insane. There's this scene where a girl gets chased by a deer. Sounds pretty normal, right? Wrong. It turns into this wild, over-the-top chase that'll have you crying with laughter. That's what Nichijou does best. It takes ordinary moments and turns them into comedy gold. You'll never look at your daily life the same way again. Now, if you want an anime that'll make you laugh your socks off while thinking, "Oh man, that's so true," look no further than Daily Lives of High School Boys. This show is like a comedy mirror for teenage guys. It's all about those everyday moments that seem boring, but are secretly hilarious. You know, like trying to act cool in front of girls or coming up with the most random conversations with your buddies. These guys get into the craziest situations that'll have you crying with laughter. Like that time they tried to practice talking to girls by cross-dressing. It's so ridiculous, but also kind of relatable, right? The show nails those awkward, goofy moments of being a teenage boy. It's like they took all the funny stuff that happens in real high school life and turned it up to 11. Trust me, you'll be laughing nonstop and probably thinking, "Yep, that's totally something my friends would do." Now, get ready for a show that'll totally catch you off guard. Asobi Asobase looks all cute and innocent at first glance, but don't let that fool you. This anime is like Jekyll and Hyde, sweet on the outside but totally wild on the inside. It's got some of the craziest, most unexpected jokes you'll ever see in anime. One minute you're watching these adorable girls, and the next they're doing something so ridiculous you can't help but burst out laughing. Like that time they tried to summon a demon and ended up with, well, I won't spoil it, but trust me, it's not what you'd expect. Asobi Asobase is a master of catching you off guard with its crude humor and insane situations. It's the kind of show that'll have you saying, I can't believe they just did that, over and over again. All right, now we're moving on to a show that'll make you laugh your head off with its deadpan humor. Psyche K is all about a super powerful psychic who just wants to be normal. Can you imagine having awesome abilities but trying to keep them secret? That's Psyche's life, and it's hilarious. This guy can read minds, move things with his thoughts, and even time travel. But all he wants is to blend in and eat his favorite dessert in peace. The best part? We get to hear all of Psyche's snarky thoughts about the crazy people and situations around him. There's this one time when he uses his powers to avoid talking to people at school, and it turns into this ridiculous game of psychic hide-and-seek. Trust me, you'll be laughing out loud at Psyche's attempts to be normal in a world that's anything but. Speaking of not being able to keep a straight face, let's dive into Grand Blue, the anime that'll have you laughing so hard, you might actually need a diving mask to keep the tears out of your eyes. This show is about a college diving club, but don't expect to see much actual diving. Nope, these guys are way more interested in partying than exploring the ocean depths. And let me tell you, the characters in this anime have some of the craziest reactions you'll ever see. Their faces go from normal to absolutely bonkers in seconds flat. It's like watching a bunch of drunk rubber bands, trying to act like humans. One viewer even said, Grand Blue #1 though, and I totally get why. This show isn't just funny, it's like comedy on steroids. You'll be gasping for air between laughs. But wait, we've saved the best for last. If you thought those other shows were funny, get ready for the king of anime comedy, Gintama. This show is like a crazy time machine that mixes old Japan with modern day stuff. It's so weird, but that's what makes it hilarious. Gintama's got all kinds of humor, from silly slapstick to clever wordplay. One minute you're laughing at some ridiculous fight scene, the next you're cracking up at a joke about anime itself. It's like the show knows it's an anime and isn't afraid to make fun of itself. Speaking of which, Gintama is famous for breaking the fourth wall. The characters are always talking to the audience or complaining about the show's budget. It's so funny when they do this. It's like they're letting us in on some big joke. Trust me, once you start watching Gintama, you won't be able to stop laughing. All right, time for your laughter prescription. We've covered all kinds of comedy in this list, from everyday school life to crazy supernatural stuff. There's something here for everyone. So go ahead and give these shows a try. I bet you can't watch even one episode without cracking up. But be careful. These anime are so funny, you might end up with sore cheeks and a stomach ache from laughing too hard. Don't say I didn't warn you.